Entering the Final Four as the top seed for the first time since 2014, the two-time defending champions look to make quick work of National University and enter the championship round for the 10th straight season and 18th overall. The Lady Bulldogs topped the first round of the eliminations at 6-1, including a 5-set win over the Lady Spikers, but unfortunately spiraled in their next 7 games to win just once for a 7-7 record heading into the playoffs. Salle, on the other hand, struggled early in the tournament but has since won 8 straight matches. With the momentum on their side, they are determined to go all out in their bid for their third three-peat.
We are live from the Mall of Asia Arena, Pasay City, Philippines. For match number 58, this is the Women's Final Four in your Season 80 of the UAAP. Officiating this match, our first referee, Bobby Celso, National Referee. Our second referee, Rene Caspillo, National Referee. Here now are the starters, beginning with the reigning and defending champions with a twice-to-beat advantage, the Salle Lady Spikers. Number 2, Desiree Cheng. Number 6, Michelle Cobb. Team captain number 10, Machoy Baron. Number 11, Kim Kiana T. Number 13, Aduke Otonsanya. Number 15, Tin Tianzon. Their libero number 5, Don Macandili. And the head coach of the Lady Spikers, Romel De Jesus. And now, starting with the National University Lady Bulldogs. Team captain number 3, Chacha Santiago. Number 4, Jasmine Namor. Number 5, Risa Sato. Number 9, Aiko Urdas. Number 14, Jarrell Singh. Number 15, Audrey Paran. We're starting libero number 13, Gail Valdez. And the head coach of the Lady Bulldogs, Babes Castillo.
Well, the coaching matchup could not be more different. Obviously, the newbie in the college division, Coach Babes, and the veteran, 2 decades for Coach Ramil. The starters on your screens, and for the second straight game, Jarrell Singh starts for the National U Lady Bulldogs. And you know, you talk about support for Jaja Santiago. Jaja Santiago scored, what, 287 points coming into the Final Four. Aiko Urdas, Risa Sato, and Audrey Paran have scored 200. Sorry, they have scored 287 points. Jaja scored 280. So they need more from the others.
So parang 1:3. 1:3 people. And it's okay because for LaSalle, it's the usual starters. It's the ones that they have since the beginning. Right. And of course, NU had to shuffle a lot of time because not much of a good performance in the second round. And now they're putting Aiko Urdasan back to the utility position. So, because there have been times that she was being the target of a lot of better serving teams like FEU also.
Yep. And now Singh with the reception fault there. And that again will be the test for National U today. They have a great serving team like LaSalle. And And they get their first point here in the final four. 2-1 is the score for LaSalle. And speaking of, let's go to Eileen Shi.
Movement AJ for the Lady Spikers this week has been the epitome of the struggles present in the life of a student athlete. Just as they have finished the last of their final examinations earlier this week, they are now faced with an even bigger task of booking another ticket to the finals. Now, despite having the twice-to-beat advantage, the goal is to end it in just one game, which is why, just like any other test, the Lady Spikers prepared for this match by keenly studying the Lady Bulldogs. Iba na ang usapan ngayon dahil semifinals na, sabi ni team captain Majoy Baron. And you might be more confident this time, pero dagdag ni Majoy, prepared naman kami dahil baka mas mahirapan na if mag 2 games pa. Balik sa inyo, Boom and AJ.
And that definitely for teams who have the twice-to-beat advantage, that doesn't mean they want to use that advantage by playing 2 games. As Jaja Santiago shuts the door on Majoy Baron and they take the lead 3-2.
And it's a double-edged sword, that twice-to-beat advantage. Of course, you wouldn't want to extend it into another match because you're just giving more confidence to your opponent.
And National U, that's a great topic of conversation. AJ, you mentioned confidence. Their confidence obviously is not at its highest after 1-6 in the second round. And that's why, if you're LaSalle, not only are you thinking of finishing off NU today, you want this first set, if not the first 2 sets, to be statement sets to put doubt in the minds of NU that you can actually win today.
Yeah, if you're LaSalle, you're top of your form right now. Statistically speaking,
Right.
You're dominating all of the stats, and NU is just recovering from their second round dip. So you would want to finish it off right away before they even get that chance to recover.
3-all. Cobb opens up. Somebody touched the net, and it's an NU Lady Bulldog who does. So 4-3 for LaSalle as we check in with Miguel Di Bianco.
Boom and AJ, a lot of us know about the downfall of the NU Lady Bulldogs in the second round, but many of us also forget about the dominance in their first round. And it's no ordinary feat to make it to the Final Four as your first year as head coach. At yun nga ang nangyari kay Coach Babes. And I got to ask him about his experience. And sinabi niya sa akin that he's happy for the team and sobrang excited sila. Now, sabi niya, ang keys to the game is that they have to remember their first round performance about their dominance dahil kaya daw nilang talunan ang mga teams na ito. Now, in this ball game, he wants the girls to have high energy and high intensity all throughout. Balik sa inyo, Boom and AJ.
Well, just a quick recent history check. NU did not make the Final Four last year. And after that, we saw a crying Jaja Santiago, and there were questions, Doc AJ, as you know, whether she was going to return for her 5th year of eligibility. And at the first part of this, after season 79, she did almost say to most people that she was not going to return. Especially when she found out there was going to be changes, there was going to be a new coach, and all of that. And then she was convinced to come back. And then, as we know it, going back to Dip's report, that first round they were at 6-1. They even had a better record than LaSalle in the first round, who had 5-2.
And if you're Jaja Santiago, I'm sure the elephant in the room question always for you is that you're the most dominant player in the league, yet in 5 years, parang always the bridesmaid lang for the Final Four finish, not even the finals. So at least right now, they're at their best to be qualified for that final position.
Not even a twice-to-beat advantage, Doc. Kung iisipin mo, as NU gets a 2-point lead here. And as we mentioned, it's important for LaSalle to win the first set to put doubt in the minds of NU. Ganun-ganun din naman obviously para sa National U, just to regain that confidence, Doc.
And so far, NU is doing their job. They're serving well right now, and they are not being capitalized on with their passing. Or yun, nabati lang.
The commentator's chinks. Service error for Jaja Santiago, so it will be 6 serving 7. Kim D averaging 14 points coming into the Final Four matchup. A ball to Sato. Technical timeout. And it's a good sign that National U is in the lead going into it. If National University's strength is with Jaja Santiago, the most dominant scorer and best spiker in the league, for LaSalle, it's always been a team approach in terms of its offense.
Yeah, so it's always a team effort for LaSalle. We all know LaSalle have big names like Majoy Baron, Kim D, but collectively, yung numbers nila, it's not, no one's a big outlier, and that's what's the strength of the Lady Spikers is. Everything is a team effort, even with the service, with the stat that they dominate the most. As far as I remember, like 3 or 4 out of their starters are in the top 10 of the best servers of the league.
Now, to put it in perspective, NU has Jaja in the top 25, Risa Sato in the top 25. For LaSalle, they have 5 players in the top 25. And speaking of top, one of the best to ever do it, not just for LaSalle, but in women's volleyball, in Fajardo.
Good adjustment in the part of Ogunsanya. So yun lang yung talagang what makes the LaSalle middles very threatening is no matter the quality of the pass, very aggressive sila sa kanilang approach just to get some blockers off the wing spikers.
Im Tiamzon serving 7, serving 9. That is sailing out.
So far, the Lady Spikers not very aggressive with their serving right now. Parang medyo, playing it safe.
Oh, hindi pa ni kinakargahan, ano? Odi Paran with very good serve. And it is Jasmine Amor who gets the point. 11-7. This is amazing. Jasmine Amor is the second best setter in the league, numbers-wise. And playing for a team with the worst receiving efficiency. It reminds you of like a Gia Morado from her last year with Ateneo. They were not a really good receiving team, but she was still number 1 or number 2 in the ranking. What's the explanation for Jasmine Amor still being number 2, Doc?
Well, it's just about yung quality of the sets that she can deliver. As long as the Spikers can execute with the set, it's also considered a good set already.
Nangyayari kasi, inaanti natin magkamali yung kalaban. Galaw tayo. Hindi mo pwedeng, hindi naman ganyan galaw niya. Nag-aantay tayo kung anong gagawin ng kalaban. Hindi ganun. Gumalaw tayo na sarili natin. Hindi natin ginagawa yung trabaho natin sa loob eh. Hindi tayo rumilisip ng tama. Hindi tayo nagbablock ng maayos. Diba? And then kung hindi tayo makapatay, ba't saka tayo mag-block? Hindi po pwedeng mamadaling ha. Hey! Kailangan natin maging technical sa
Coach Ramil De Jesus, you rarely see him call early timeouts, but he had to do it. A sluggish start for his girls. This is the biggest lead of the set.
And it shows because LaSalle hasn't been successful yet in their orchestrating their offensive options. Medyo niro-rush pa nila yung kanilang first ball eh. Hindi pa nila pinapabagal kaya parang minamadali yung lahat ng kanilang approach.
Duque Ogunsanya with a 4-point deficit for the defending champions, looking for their 10th straight finals appearance. Abor goes to the back and in the middle. Oh, good dig there by D. Paran, inihatid yung bola kay Nabor. Not good enough. Sing. That's low.
That was low for touches.
So Jorel Singh trying to go for a power swipe against the blockers. The ball caught the net instead. And usually, pansin ko doon sa NU when it comes to those rallies na mataas yung first ball pero medyo kapos, si Jaja yung kumukuha ng second ball where in fact she could already go and wind up kasi kaya pa naman habulin ni Nabor yung bola eh.
2 straight points after the timeout for Coach Ramil. So the lead is down to 3. Set back, Bajoy. And you will set. Sing. Access denied. Coach Babes' 5-point lead is down to 2. Ginising ni Coach Ramil.
And we can see the adjustment of Majoy Baron in establishing the block there. She knew that Singh was already in an awkward position. She wasn't winding up for an approach. So talagang isang angle na lang talaga yung dadaanan ng bola.
Oh, what a serve!
Ends for the group.
And LaSalle starting to get some offensive rhythm.
Miguel Gagad, ha? And basta harapin mo lang, walang problema yan. Basta tapat lang tayo. Now, Jazz, gamitin na natin, i-rank na natin si Jaja. Ano tayo, triangle, isa dito, ito rank 1 mo, pumalo ka dyan. Now, I will have to tell you na si Cab ay naandito. Ha? Basta linisin mo lang, no? Taas lang natin, huwag natin didikit, lagay lang natin dito sa star dyan. Okay? Okay, let's go!
Let's go!
National U! Relax lang.
4-0 run for the defending champs to cut the lead down to 1.
Coach Babes giving some specific instructions in the attack play for Jasmine Abor. Just reminding her that Michelle Cobb is up in front, and just with the quality of the set, they can use it to their advantage of going over the block of Cobb.
Singh receiving. Sato puts it away. It's a Gatorade White Lightning fueled spike of the game.
Risa Sato.
And breaks that rally of LaSalle, the lead back to 2. Aran was there. Santiago unable to power it. Cheng will try again. Another chance. Tabor goes for the 1-2. Lest you forget, she was an attacker back center and then attacker and then back to center.
And a lefty at that also. So those kinds of passes na high enough and close enough to the net, almost always going to expect Nabor to hit it.
The timeout produces 2 points for NU. Cobb will open up. It's still alive. Not anymore. Perfect timeout by Coach Babes Castillo, producing 3 straight points, so the lead is back to 4, Doc.
So good adjustment in the part of Jaja Santiago, closing in on the block with Nabor, knowing that there are only 2 spiking options for LaSalle up front.
Jaja, by the way, 3 points, 3 blocks, but an error there at the net as LaSalle gets the side out.
Michelle Cobb.
One of the better servers of the league, the second best actually. And that's why.
Like throughout the season, we have been witness na down yung lady spikers, and once Michelle Cobb go into the service area, they will really make a run for it.
Lenny Cheng.
Yes.
Better first ball there. Oh, on the run! Santiago drills it home. 16-13.
And you are watching the 80th season of the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. With me is Paneng and Kai, members of the Petrogas team. I know you girls are alumni of the teams that are playing today. Paneng, ikaw nga ay isang former lady spiker, while Kai, ikaw naman ay isang former lady bulldog. So Paneng, let me start with you. Matanong ko nga, meron ba kayong asaran in line with the rivalry today?
Meron. Kakaupo pa lang namin kanina, nag-aasaran na kami. Siya, nag-cheer na siya for her team. I was like, stop! It was normal naman.
Nakakatuwa naman marinig yun. Pero meron ko bang message for the lady spikers today?
I just want them to play all out, na magtiwala sila sa sarili nila. Huwag na sila maghanap sa mga teammates nila. Umpisan nila yung sarili nila na maging maayos yung game.
That's very good advice. Now naman Kai, balita ko nakita daw kayo ng Lady Bulldogs bago yung game nila. So ano yung advice na nabigay mo sa team?
First, sinabi ko lang sa kanila, ang kailangan nilang gumising. Nagawa na nila nung first round. Why not, di ba, ngayon? Kaya pa nila yan.
For now, I've given you the floor. Would you like to invite everyone to your upcoming event?
Yes. Hi, I'm inviting everyone on April 27, 1 p.m. at Trinoma Activity Center. Hope you guys come kasi may chance po kayong makalaro kami and your favorite players. Yan. Thank you.
Yes, for you naman.
We are inviting everyone to please come and support the Petrogas Angels starting May 6 sa PVL Rainforest Conference.
So thank you again, Paneng and Kai. Back to you, Boom.
Thank you very much, Eileen. It's good to see them again. Kai Nepomuceno from NU and Stephanie Paneng Mercado from TLSU. a former champion here in the UAAP, and you'll see them again in action for the PVL. But of course, bago yun is the Fans Day, April 27th at the Activity Center in Trinoma.
Actually, nice to see Kai and
yes.
Paneng in one team. I'm sure during their time, lagi nagkakasabay yan up front because si Kai is the utility for NU before and Stephanie Mercado is the open. So talagang nagkakaharap yan sa net before.
Oh, and I used to remember when Paneng Mercado would go for her approach and her attack. Picture perfect looking, a flying motion of Paneng Mercado. So it would be good to see them again. In the meantime, we're back to this matchup. It is 18-16 for NU. They were at 18-14 at one point, but Kim Kennedy drills it home and cuts the lead down to 1. Speaking of picture perfect, Doc.
As you can see, just going in between the block of Paran and Santiago.
So good at her position. Paran. Back for tonight for Audrey Paran, and we're all tied up. Our biggest lead here in this set was at 5 at one point.
And this is the depth of the Lady Spikers lineup that we've been talking about. Even if Majoy Baron is our featured or most crucial player for this game, whoever is up in front for LaSalle continues to really provide the output for their attack.
And you stops the bleeding there, and Jaja Santiago will go to the back row. She will be serving 19-18. Speaking of former National U Lady Bulldogs, including, of course, the sisters, right? The rightmost, Dindin. And then nandun sila Micah,
Ivy
Ortiz,
Perez.
Ivy Perez, Reyes, Jan Reyes, Dindin Santiago, who had a taste of the Final Four, the first Final Four team of National University. Sila Ivy Perez, nandun pa yan, Jen and Dindin Santiago. Under Coach Francis.
Yeah, that team had a lot of promise talaga eh.
They did.
Knowing you have the Santiago sisters.
A rookie pa, si Jaja at that time. In the meantime, Arian Layug checks in for De La Salle. Sato, but emphatically puts that one away. 2019. Now we're getting into the business end of the first set, Doc.
And so far we're seeing a lot of quick hits from the middle from Sato and Santiago. Just goes to show that NU is being able to hold their ground against the services of LaSalle.
Not too easy here for LaSalle. The approach checked at the net. Macandili sets it up over the blockers. Macandili will try again to Kin. And the ball is returned by Riza Sato for a 2-point lead. CJ Saga set to check in for KKD. And a fudgy bar O-bar sa saya. Misreceived, Macandili still able to set it. Nobody for coverage.
Everyone in the NU defenders expecting a long ball out of that broken play already.
This is just a 1-point lead. And another service ace, just when they needed it the most. And then this one is courtesy of Tin Tiamzon. And this is where LaSalle is at its best towards the end of sets.
And the pressure is higher.
Yep.
Really thrive in it.
And this is the test for NU. That is out. Miscalculated by Dez. So NU maintains the 1-point lead. This is Final Four action between number 1 and number 4 for the right to meet FEU in the finals of Season 80. Aran. Nord. Cheng. That is out. Nobody touched. And you with a 2-point lead. Coach Ramil thinking, and pressing the timeout button.
Okay, pasa naman tayo tapos tingnan natin pag hindi natin mapapatay, hindi dumating na maayos yung bola, gumawa tayo ng paraan. Pag hindi natin mapapatay, bumlock tayo. Okay, wag natin pigilan, wag natin hihinto, gagawin natin. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy na sa gagawin. Okay? Go.
Pakita natin sa let's go! Hey!
8-game winning streak for this team, and they're down 2 here.
Coach Ramil just telling the players to, it starts with a good pass. For the previous 2 rallies, it's because the pass is not good enough for Saga to be able to give a good set for Cheng, and perhaps the only critic of the offense of LaSalle is their lack of back row attack players. So
Right.
usually if the pass is not good enough, almost expected yung blockers will load up on the left wing already.
Great point. Valdez pops it up. Santiago masyadong mababa. Pagkakataon na naman para sa LaSalle. Sa kabila naman dinala. Jasmine. Chacha. Makandili pops it up. One more try for NU. And they go open to Jarrell. Chance for LaSalle here. Saga. Cheng. Over the blockers. Ayun yung sinasabi ni Ramil. Huwag yung titigilan.
Don Makandili doing a great job in just slowing the ball.
Oh, look at that. JRS Express play of the game.
Talagang tinataasan niya yung first ball, enough for Saga to go into position and set.
Sing. Kitang-kita parang it was a replay of what happened earlier. Doc. And again, that faulty first ball is the culprit.
Pag tinuloy-tuloy mo yan, makukuha mo na. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, relax ka lang. Kasi you're doing well. Ang ganda ng response mo sa receive. Hindi pa nagko-cross, nakapwesto ka na. I-relax mo pa ng konti. Pustahan tayo yung bola, parang bulak lang yan. Pag sa palo naman, pag relax ka, pustahan tayo mas bibilis yan. Mas makikita mo. Oo, sinasabi ko sa'yo, trust na yung ginagawa mo, you're doing fine. I like it when you put the ball up, no? Rank pa rin tayo, nasa likod siya, nasa harap siya. National U!
Doc Babes is trying to really instill confidence, most especially to Jarrell Singh, whom they're targeting here for their first ball and has been blocked a couple of times here in the first set.
But that's just the challenge for the Lady Bulldogs right now, is to really just get the ball high enough and towards the front that Nabor can still set up a good play.
Great first serve. Jaja from the back row. Gets it through. Set point for the number 14.
And this is what works naman for the NU Lady Bulldogs right now, is that even if their passing is not the most optimal, at least they have Jaja Santiago from the back as another option for a high ball.
That's it. So we go to an extension as Michelle Cobb and KKD come back for LaSalle. Saga and Layog have done their job. And Michelle Cobb is at the service deck. Santiago with the left hand, not good enough. LaSalle will go to KKD. Valdez. Singh. Makandili. Cobb, back set. D, puts it away. What an exchange. Look at the angle, Doc.
Yeah, because Kim D knew that Jaja was delayed in her block already. So nagdidrift na lang yung block ni Jaja, and it's not on a maximum height to even stop the ball.
Set point, but this time for LaSalle. And it's set back to them. Santiago.
Net touch for National U.
Welcome to the Final Four. The net scrape by Majoy Baron. One set point saved by LaSalle, one set point saved by NU. Valdez. This time, Majoy wins the joust. Set point number 2.
Majoy Baron proving that height is not the only factor when it comes to a joust. It's really all about the timing. She let Jaja Santiago race up first. And just a split-second difference makes a big factor already to win the joust.
And the number 1 server of the league is on deck. That's right.
An ace! And winning set 127-25, the
De La Salle University comes back from 5 points down and extends this set number 1 and wins it on a service ace from the number 1 girl in terms of serving. You're watching Final Four action on SNA. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena for Final Four action between LaSalle and NU. And again, one of the strengths of the defending champions, their experience and their composure down the stretch. This is reminiscent of that second round matchup, Doc. Even the score is the same.
So it's brewing out to be a reflection of that second round encounter. So what actually happened is that LaSalle started playing it a little bit safe, just testing out the waters, what would be the game plan of NU, but true enough, towards the end, even if they were already down by 5 by the middle of the set, that's when the aces come pouring in for LaSalle and eventually winning the set for them.
Again, the number 1 and number 2 servers of the league delivering the goods also. As Baron gets the first point. NU has to be careful here and cannot get discouraged after that first set loss.
Michelle Cobb.
Mitch Cobb. Singh. Cobb reverses to D and finds another spot on the other side. Is she the best opposite spiker in the league right now, in your opinion?
So far, because high percentage when it comes to attack and of course very threatening also with the blocking position. So if you're the opposite, it's not just about the attack output that you can provide for the team, but also the blocking that's more crucial.
Mitch Cobb with a service error to give NU its first point in set number 2. We are glad to have you with us on this Sunday afternoon. You're watching us also on Liga and Liga HD Live, as well as SNA and SNA HD. And Paran not ready for that one as Kim D scores another point at a 3-1 lead.
Some hesitation on the part of Paran. She was actually on the position already, but she thought that Nabor would extend up to get the first ball.
Jaja Santiago, will this be her last game, her last stand for National U? Got 3 players graduating this year as Valdez catches it again. Now Santiago, when you go to her, 42% of the time, she will get the point. That's her efficiency rate as an attacker at 42%.
And something that actually NU could use more of, you know, if your passing is not that efficient, Jaja can't just hit with a quick hit from the middle. She can also go for a high ball in the middle, just go above the blockers.
Hey, you know, if it's your last game, sagarin mo na, di ba? Go down swinging with your best player.
Much like what Ateneo Men's did yesterday, potentially could have been their last game.
That is a great point. Marcus Peo is in exactly the same position. He's graduating, and they were on the verge of losing, and they just kept, Ish Polvorosa just kept on going and going to Marcus Espeo. Sabi nga natin na pumorsyento. The same thing that NU did earlier today, the Bagunas. Eileen Shee has this report from the LaSalle side.
Boom and AJ coming from a statement win against the Ateneo Lady Eagles. Coach Emil was confident going into today's game. Okay ang ginagalaw ng team and they delivered, ika nga ni Coach Emil. It is suffice to say na malaki ang kanyang tiwala sa Lady Spikers, which is why despite having a little difficulty securing the first set, Coach Ramil remain optimistic. Naliligaw tayo sa loob at gulat tayo, pero tandaan ninyo na pinag-aralan natin ito. This is why going into this set, iisa lang ang bukang bibig ng Lady Spikers. Block tayo and adjust. Boom and AJ.
Thank you very much, Eileen. And they adjusted at the right time to finish off set number 1. D again. This time, Urdas was there. She gets the ball back. Makandili pops it right back up. Tiamson. That is a check.
The good adjustment in the part of Tiamson. Hindi na siya masyado nakabuelo doon. So talagang hinabaan niya lang yung bola just to find the corner pocket of the NU defense.
And Makandili just... You always have a chance of a play staying alive. And Don Makandili is there. Let's check in with the dip. Miguel Di Bianco from National U.
Boom and AJ, the Lady Bulldogs may have lost that close set pero may nakita silang positives. Just like in their game against FU, kung saan sinabi ni Coach Abe that the girls are starting to think like builders. Now in terms of building nga, ang Lasal daw ay parang binibuild na lang ang third floor while the NU Lady Bulldogs are building their first floor. Now this translates to training kung saan they practice on their passing and service for 1 hour instead of the usual 30 minutes. Now let's see if this pays off in the coming sets, Boom and AJ.
And they need to start really showing that soon enough, Dip. Down 2 here in set number 2. Duga is checked. 6-5. Aiko Urdas, one of them graduating players of National University. Cobb keeps it up. Dawn with a high ball. Nabor. Mababa, lumabas, and look at Dawn Makandili.
You just gotta admire the way she dives for the ball.
Even if she doesn't have any intention of getting it. This was the save earlier. They got that point, by the way.
They were able to convert.
Yes. And this one was the fake save. And 3-point lead going into the first technical timeout. Set number 2 belongs to the defending champions. We're looking at Mr. Hill Cortez, the team manager, general manager of Team Ballypure, or the Team Ballypure NU Purest Water Defenders. And this is the youth brigade, Doc, of the Water Defenders. Jennifer Nierva, the libero Princess Robles, Joy Micagate, a 3-time best setter for our girls division. Micaela Belen was there, Eliza Solomon, and the 2-time MVP for the high school Faith Nisperos. Those are all girls of Babes Castillo in the high school division, and they're going to be playing for Ballypure in the PVL with 5 senior players, 5 players from the NU Lady Bulldogs. So that is going to be very interesting and very challenging, and a great concept for water defenders this year for your Premier Volleyball League. I can't wait to see that, Doc.
It's a good mix of the veterans and the rookies, so it's like passing over the crown to the new generation that we will watch out for in the upcoming seasons of UAAP.
Multi-titled, of course, the Babes. As you see, the Makandilis. Ito pala ang grupo nila. Oo. I'm very proud, I'm sure, of Dawn sending that to Michelle Cobb. Chance here for NU. And of course, going back to the Water Defenders, that's a chance for a continuity program for them also, no?
Definitely.
As Riza Sato puts it away.
Good choice of hitter for Jasmine Nabor, knowing that Ogunsanya wasn't able to execute on the slide, so talagang delayed yung kanyang block in the middle.
6 points na si Riza Sato in this match. Cheng. Nabor will go to Jaja. Jaja puts it away.
So now it's a tight game with that back row attack from Jaja Santiago.
Biggest lead of this set was at 3. 8-5, so that's 3 straight points for National U. Jaja keeps it up. Jarrell. Return to center. Tough proposition for Jarrell Singh.
Ogunsanya just really closing in on the line of approach of Jarrell Singh, and with perfect timing to shut down the block.
And if you know the scouting report, if you've watched Jarrell Singh all these years in the UAAP, and I've said this many times in many games that she's played in, 9 out of 10 times she's going for it. She's not going for off speed. She rarely goes for a swipe. 8 or 9 out of 10 times she's going to go full swing.
Yeah, she's clearly the power hitter of NU.
So that's why if you're a blocker, yun yung kadalasang aabangan mo. You rarely see her do an off speed. Service error gives LaSalle another 1-point lead. That's it. And guess who they targeted there? Aiko Ordaz. She's had her problems this year. Look at her. Look at them load up on that side.
Actually, because Aiko Ordaz is the opposite in the opposite position, she's not expected to be receiving a lot. But unless you're really targeting it in the position, please catch them off guard.
When FEU beat NU, that was the strategy. They just kept pounding Aiko Ordaz with loaded serves.
Because during that time, she was still playing for the open position, which has most of the passing burden aside from the libero.
12-10. It's Doromal, Singh, Ordaz, Valdez, Nabor, and Santiago for National U. Nabor to Jaja, gets it through. Coach Ramil saw the play developing. He's almost right beside us here, and he was already telling them that they were going to the middle to Jaja as soon as that first ball arrived.
Because they know that as long as the pass is high enough and forward enough that Nabor can still set it to Jaja, Jaja is still their first option when it comes to their attack.
13-11. Oh, assistant coach Noel Ocolio mad at Duque Agunsanya for not coming in, running in right away. Paran gets it off the block.
So far the Lady Bulldogs holding their ground again in terms of their passing. It's not that LaSalle is playing it safe with their serving, but right now the Lady Bulldogs are doing great in establishing their platform.
That's it. NU with 2 service aces right now. LaSalle, by the way, has 7 so far. Then Jasmine was there, just could not handle it.
Tiemson saw a delay in the block of Sato to close in with Aiko Ordaz, which just really challenged the gap between them.
And another ace, that is the 8th for DLSU. Very proud of the graduating KKD, who's also in the top 10 of serving.
Not just in attack, not just in block, but that's why she's one of the best opposite players right now.
You're right. Such an all-around asset for Coach Ramil. Free ball. Nabor opens. Doromal off speed. Cobb goes to the middle. Ogunsanya is checked, but Macandili was there. Tiamzon. Nabor will bump this one to Aiko. Cheng stops it. D.
Straight to the net.
Tough angle.
It's a good intention in the part of Makandili to set it for the back row for Kinti because the blockers were already loading up to block Tiamzon in the left wing.
14 serving 15. Nabitin si Tiamzon pero naibalik pa rin yung bola. It's a little low for Jaja. Tiamzon sends it to the other side. They go back to Jaja. Jaja has to readjust. Makandili looks at Tin. Free ball for NU. Makandili was there again to cover the hole. And speaking of holes, Kim D saw a big one on the National News side. Save that point again for Don Makandili. That's worth seeing again as Don Makandili saves it, sacrificing her body again. From another angle. And you know, there's another thing, there's another component about her saves, Doc, in my opinion at least. When she saves the ball, it's always also in play.
Yes. Yeah, I was about to say that even if yung mga save niya, yung mga impossible saves already, it's still a settable play.
Most of the time, you know? That's from repetition, training and repetition. Chance ball for Salle. They're up by 2. They go to Cheng. Somebody touched the net. It's Nabor. According to Rene Gaspillo, our second referee.
A very costly error for NU because had they not touched the net, it would have been an error against Cheng.
3-point lead. Another good serve. 4-point lead and Coach Bates calls a timeout.
Pressure sa sarili mo. But, I think, galaw mo lang ang paa mo. So pagka binibigyan ka lang maiksi, paggalawin mo lang ang paa mo. But don't pressure yourself. Remember, the more relaxed you are, the faster you move. Kaya dito sa kabila, Lisa, don't jump too high. Don't jump too high. 1 foot lang ilalabas natin. Sinong sweeper natin sa likod ngayon? Pwesto ka na kagad dito, darling. Gusto ko pwesto ka na kagad dyan. Kasi lahat ng paano na pwesto, dito ka na po pwesto. Para hindi na natin siya patatalunin. Right? Let's go, let's go. National U!
18-14. The Santiagos are in attendance, of course. Aragalang, Tag Pineda, a part of this crowd here at the Mall of Asia Arena live. Of course, we're also broadcasting online on the #1 website, sports website in the Philippines, sports.abs-cbn.com/livestream/UAAP. Tapi ka ng bola, and Nabor is the one who's caught touching the net again. It's dangerous time, Doc.
Another net touch violation called on Jasmine Nabor, over aggressive in the net area.
Look at the numbers for Don Makandili. Now ballooned into a 5-point lead. This is the biggest lead of set number 2. Cobb napaluhod. Cheng cross court, overcooks it.
So Cheng trying to just go for a long ball just because she was already in an awkward position. Too much cut shot on that hit.
Doromal serving. Obergsanya sends it. Nabor has Sato. Tin able to keep it in play. That's legal. Nabor goes to the back, a little low, but it works. Two straight points for National U. Tiamzon not in position.
Lady Spikers weren't able to establish their defense pattern at that point. They were expecting a set towards Singh in the left.
Still playable. The ball goes to Jarrell, cross court. Cobb bumps it to Cheng. And that one for the second straight time is overcooked. So May Luna is dispatched by Coach Ramil, possibly to give Des Cheng a little bit of a rest. May Luna, of course, coming into the LaSalle program with so much hype, so much talk, so much power also. And now getting a chance this year more than ever. It's Ogunsanya though, who puts that one away.
Blockers of the Lady Bulldogs expecting the ball to be given to Luna because she's the one who just came in.
Yun yung ano, yun yung disguise.
Caught off guard na nandun pa rin si Ogunsanya to hit from the back quick.
Smart call by Mitch. Back row, triple block, pero buka yung block, ano, Doc?
Yeah, hindi na prines ni Michelle Cobb into the net. Parang nakasahod na lang yung kanyang block dun eh.
This is just a 2-point lead. Oh, a chance here for NU. Nabor! Wow, smart location. Down to 1. 7 points for Jaja Nabor. Jasmine Nabor. Jaja Santiago has 12. That's smart.
Just the kind of first ball that she wants for a 1-2 play.
Lisa Sato has 6 points. Makandili again was there. Luna. Nabor. Back to Jaja. That is out and nobody touched it. Ooh, that was a golden opportunity, Doc. Instead of tying, we got a 2-point lead. Ang ganda sana.
Jaja Santiago felt pressured by a triple block on the quick. Because it's quite unusual to force a triple block in the quick. But just because the Lady Spikers knew that Jaja was the only option at that time.
That's too low for Jarrell. So this lead was down to 1. It's back to 3.
And this is what you've been saying a while ago, Boom, with the quality of the hits of Jarrell Singh. High risk, high reward. She'll go for a power hit. But if there's something in the way in front of that ball, it could be the net or a block.
Chance for LaSalle still here. It's still with them. Kiana again. And talk about efficiency rating.
Timeout National University Lady Bulldogs.
Coach Babes calls a timeout.
Pansinin yung error ko. Ina mo so far nag-work sa pasa. Relax na, steady lang. Wala namang magic yung serve niya eh. Pupunta sa'yo. So kailangan lang, steady lang yung kamay natin, tataas siya. Kasi nadadalian siya talaga mag-set. Pagka steady ang kamay. Pangalawa sa palo, huwag niyong gigilan yung bola. Huwag mong gigilan, huwag mong panggigilan, mag-o-over yan kasi mataas naman talon mo. Kung ako sa'yo, para ma-relax ka, tingnan mo yung mga...
Lalo na masyado kantena ha. Okay. Double na yan ha, double Jaja. Ready na sa trapo ni Jaja ha.
I mean, just to underscore the whole Jarrell Singh point right now, Doc, she is 1 of 16 on her attacks.
Still Michelle Cobb.
So we're still looking for that much needed support as we highlighted in the pregame.
Sometimes timeouts are not only just to give instructions, but to break the rhythm of the server. And that's what Coach Babes was able to do there, saving a point. Mitch to May. Valdez to Aiko. And get that one. That's 2 straight points after the timeout. Coach Ramil is disgusted. Might call a timeout here.
Timeout LaSalle Lady Spikers.
Okay. Team. Joy. May. Okay, pasa tayo data ha. Pag nakapasa to, bigyan mo to mababa dito. Tingnan mo yung play. Dito oh. Yun lang. Pero kung maayos mo play, kahit perfect pass na bantay ni Jaja ito eh. Kabantay ni Jaja to, dito ka sa semi-B ha. Okay? Then, kaya na, pag walang receive, ready ka sa mataas na bola, Mengay, then ready ka din sa mataas na bola.
National Youth!
So Coach Ramil giving specific instructions to Cobb with regard to their set play. Perhaps unloading the attack from the middle just because Jaja is there. So probably go for the pins.
Luna. Look at that. Yamzon was there, Makandili was there, just did not have enough juice to keep it up. This is down to a 1-point lead with Jasmine Nabor serving.
Jasmine Nabor.
Another good serve from Jasmine. D safely sends it over. Nabor goes to Jaja. Makandili receives it and digs it up. Luna. Oh, and it catches the line. And because Luna's going to go to the service deck, Coach Ramil will send back the #1 server of the league. Ganda ng hugot, ano?
Yeah, good job on the part of Luna. Cheng had some difficulties executing from the left wing, so at least she did that part. And now that Cheng is up for the service, might finish it with an ace.
Set point. And Coach Ramil was already calling the defensive play at the net. He saw the play develop, called it out, and Tiamzon denied access to Jaja Santiago. 2 sets to love. La Salle is a set away from their 10th straight finals appearance. 2 sets to love for the defending champions here in the Final Four matchup of #1 over #4. La Salle only needs to win today to make it to the finals. It is 27-25 in the first set, 25-22 in the second set. Tell us about that second set, though.
Well, we started off quite close in the early part of the second set, NU holding their ground against the services of La Salle. It's just that towards the end of the set, that's when La Salle became more confident with their serving. They knew where to target. They were capitalizing on Jorel Singh just to eliminate her off the pressure to load up their block on Jaja Santiago.
So we get to set #3. And Michelle Cobb gets the rally started. Santiago. Nabor takes it on her own, but it's still up. Makandili keeps it up. And this one is another point for La Salle, and a point probably that you can award to Don once again.
So far, Descheng struggling a little bit from the left wing since the second set, so might as well just change her approach in just using the block to her advantage.
You know, she's 5 of 18 so far. 5 out of 18 attacks prior to set #3. So that's in the first 2 sets.
So not her usual numbers or ratios.
Santiago, in the meantime, so far 10 of 31. Another point for La Salle here.
Yun yung sinasabi natin. Sipag lang dun sa blockers or the middle quickers of La Salle with Baron and Ogunsanyo, that no matter the quality of the first ball, they know that Michelle Cobb will do something out of that first pass.
FEU, of course, is waiting in the wings. They won yesterday against Ateneo. And haven't been there in the final since, for 9 years. Season 71 was the last time where they got dethroned by La Salle because they won the finals in season 70. That was a year where they had a deficit in the finals. They were 0-1 against Adamson, and then they won 2 straight. The next year, they got back to the finals, but were dethroned by De La Salle University. So that was the last time we saw an FEU La Salle matchup, and those matchups back in the day were so much fun, though.
Very animated yung mga reactions from players during that time.
You're right.
Had more trash talk, actually.
A lot of trash talk. Kim Montalvo in attendance here. And everybody cheering Don Macandili saving a ball once again.
This could be perhaps the strongest rotation of La Salle right now, with steady defenders in the back and their most threatening players offensive-wise in the front.
Over received, Coach Babes Castillo. Down 4. Trying to make something out of it here in set number 3.
Ganyan ang supporta, darling. Okay, now, tandaan mo, pag nagsisweep ka, kailangan imamatch mo yung, yung bilis ng bumabalo. Pamatch mo yun, kailangan i-match mo lang yun. But I like how relaxed you are. Pero kailangan aggressive ka rin. So, pwede mo nang bigyan yung mga wings mo dito sa kabila. No? Kasi dumadalwa na sa kanya. Right? Ngayon, pwede mong pabagsakin dito, Jazz. Pagkabigyan ka, tulak mo sa likod. Yun ang walang tawag kasi nakapasok sila lahat sa loob. Alright, steady lang! Steady lang! Enjoy! National U!
So Coach Babes giving some instructions to the sweeper, or the one who defends the zone 6 or the middle back, to match the approach of the spikers. But one thing that I noticed with the NU floor defense pattern is hindi dedicated yung mga players to wherever they will defend. Nag-iiba yung kung sino yung sweeper, kung sino yung the one who will defend in the power or yung cross court. So that's something that they can work on, is just to really establish players who are dedicated to a certain defending position.
Well, they're running out of time. They got to work on it right now as we head it over to Eileen Shi from the La Salle side.
Boom and AJ, the last time the Lady Spikers lost was still in the first round against Adamson, and they remain to stay undefeated ever since. Now, before the match, I got a chance to talk to Coach Emil, and I asked him what the secret was behind to staying undefeated. At ang sabi niya, there is no secret. Well-motivated lang ang girls, mature at kilala na nila ang isa't isa. It is no surprise that the Lady Spikers have been nothing but resilient today, thus being only a set away from taking this game home. Bili ni Don sa team, puso na lang ito. With this, expect the Lady Spikers to continue this as they try to book their 9th consecutive win and consequently a ticket to the finals. Boom and AJ.
The secret this year was Coach Ramil calling out his girls also after that loss against Adamson University. Thank you, Eileen. Well documented, of course, after the second loss in the first round. But this is a different set altogether. La Salle looking to roll over NU here at set number 3. PVL is on May 6th, but April 27, 2018, we have a Fans Day, a Grand Fans Day at the Trinoma Activity Center, 1 p.m. Join us for a meet and greet session for the Stars before the PVL officially opens its second season with a reinforced conference. Yes, it is the second season, just in case. Fun activities, games, and a special uniform reveal await the fans. So we'll see you there. Got a shot of the Valley Purist Water Defenders, the youngsters from the National U High School division, who will be joined by 5 seniors who are playing right now, are part of the current lineup of the Lady Bulldogs, who are down by 6 here in set number 3. It's slowly looking like that second round matchup, Doc. And a rare combination play. And Kim D knows what to do. Hanging and banging.
So good job on the part of Cobb to confuse Jaja Santiago. She was able to pin her down in the middle. Hindi na siya naka-approach for a block.
And everything working now for the defending champions. And I think the fans here at the Mall of Asia Arena also starting to feel an avalanche of points here, as this lead has ballooned to 8.
Of course, it all started with a combination of Cobb and Cheng serving for La Salle. Early on, sila yung nagpalaki talaga ng lamang with their services already.
Let's check in with Miguel Dipiaco
Boom and AJ, this may or may not be the final set for graduating players Jaja, Santiago, Gail Valdez, and Aiko Ordaz. But one thing's for sure is that they were able to build something great for this team. Now, sabi nga sa akin ni Coach Babes, that Gail Valdez has always had that high energy, while Jaja Santiago has led the team well, and Aiko Ordaz has always built on her confidence. Now, sabi nga sa akin ni Team Captain Jaja Santiago that they've always had healthy arguments this season na nakaka-comment sila on their performances despite losing in some of the games. Now, let's see in the end, Coach Babes wants the girls to enjoy this game as they move forward. Balik sa inyo, Boom and AJ.
Very much, Dip. We're still far from the finish line here, but NU has to start digging itself out from the hole. Now, right now, LaSalle is feeling it.
It's one clean hit right after the other. Hindi man lang nahahawakan ng blockers ng NU. And much credit to be given to Cobb for that, because it's really the job of the setter to let her spikers go through the blocker, avoid it.
Kim D, by the way, has 15 points already here. Right above her average, just a little above her average. Again, Tim Tiamzon adds to the wounds, the salt to the wounds rather. A 10-point lead. And the body language here of National U does not look too good, Doc. We're right here in front of them, and they look a little bit resigned at this point.
I think much of that effect is yung succession of servers for LaSalle since the start of the set. I was mentioning it started with Cobb, then Des Chengs, then Majoy Baron, then Kim D, who are all part of the top 10 if I'm not mistaken, the best servers.
Oh, it's a chance ball here for LaSalle. Cobb will open up to Tiamzon. And a block this time by Sato and Nabor collaborating for that one. And Sato trying to tell the girls to just keep playing. Oh, that's not going to help.
That's the least of what they need actually right now, is to make errors out of the departments that they have the most control of, which is the service.
Audrey Parano will come in for Roma Turmal.
Now serving Tin Tiamzon.
In Tiamzon with 11 points on 6 attacks so far. 2 blocks and also 3 service aces. And tabla na tayo, Doc. Tabla na tayo sa Jinx today. 1-1.
Well, so far all the errors of LaSalle at this point of the set is from service errors.
Bob Cheng, who has struggled technically today, but gets the point there via Gatorade White Lightning, fueled spike of the game.
You can actually tell it from her face that she's not quite satisfied yet of her attack output right now in this game.
Hindi siya nalilinisan sa mga ano niya. Hindi malinis yung mga palo niya. But they're still in the lead by 9 and 2 sets to love. Santiago tries to save that one and not be good enough.
Beautiful serve, second technical timeout.
And the second technical timeout, we find LaSalle ahead by 10. That's Giselle and Caddy. H&M celebrate in style. We welcome them and everybody else here at the Mall of Asia Arena, where you're also watching us live on SNA and SNA HD for those watching live, and the replays, whether it's on SNA or on Liga HD. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Talk AJ Parea. I'm Boom Gonzalez. DLSU, the #1 team in the league, against NU, the #4 team. Down 10. Make that 11.
So far, the ladies spikers smelling blood right now in the third set. And what's good about it is that they're not rushing the things. They're not overly aggressive with their attack pattern. They're just really sticking to their guns, heavy serving, and just simple and efficient attack options.
Jaja. They're gonna go down fighting. Jaja is gonna go down swinging here in set number 3.
That's what NU Lady Bulldogs need a lot of right now. Confidence boosting hits.
Valdez picks it up. Singh, that's too low. Again, the percentage. 1 of 17 for Jarrell Singh, who started today for Coach Babes. And it's back to a 10-point lead. And LaSalle seems to be cruising at this point now on autopilot. LaSalle still saving, but not good enough. Both Dawn and Michelle Cobb went for it.
One of the few attempts of Dawn that she wasn't able to bring the ball high enough in a settable position. One of few.
She's human, after all. Cobb opens up. Macandili for coverage. Santiago with a power tip. Just guides that ball through the other side. Cheng is asking for a violation. Not given. That's saved by Dawn once again. Just enough.
So previous 3 points of NU courtesy of Jaja Santiago. Just trying to rally the troops right now.
Joy Baron with a runner. A 19-9 of 6 points away from their 10th straight finals appearance, 6 points away from a date with FEU, and a chance to go for what they call a Grand Slam, a three-peat. That will, by the way, start on Saturday at the Araneta Coliseum. That's next Saturday if NU doesn't come back here and force a knockout match. Jarrell gets it through.
So that's the high-risk, high-reward attack of Jarrell Singh. You know, she has the power, and even if it's a well-established block, as long as she can hit the gap between those blockers, she can make the ball penetrate.
One part of her career, a couple of years ago, she also had that heart ailment that prevented her from even practicing for National University. So just to see her being able to play again, I'm sure that feels so good for her and for the NU community. Kim D, the high point woman for today for De La Salle University, so far has 17 points.
Kim D just really unanswered by the defenders of NU, be it in the block, be it in the floor defense.
Ariel Ipak, sent in by Coach Ramil as they are 5 points away from a date with FEU. Yamzon. Mabor, back to Santiago. Macandili again. Off speed. Good save there by Paran. Cobb to D. She goes for the off speed. Bobby Celso allows it. Cobb quickly. To Ipak, who gets the point and gets the applause from the La Salle community, including Coach Ramil De Jesus.
Why wouldn't you be excited about that? After a long rally, it's just really good thinking by Cobb to just give it to Ipak because it's the blockers of NU haven't been established yet.
Scrambling, you know? And again, Coach Ramil always preaching, never giving up on the play. Chance ball. Cobb will open. Tiamzon. Somebody touched the net. And it's from the NU side. Coach Babes will call a timeout. Down 11 here in set number 3.
Bigyan nyo naman ng acknowledgement. Ako bibigyan ko ng acknowledgement. Just, bibigyan ko ng acknowledgement. This lady and sino pa ba yung kanina sumungkit? Ikaw, bigyan nyo ng acknowledgement, di ba? Nice one, nice one. Ganun lang. Kasi tinan nyo, akala mo patay na, buhay pa pala. Di ba? So, very basic. Pag mag-receive tayo, steady ang kamay. Pag papalo tayo, upa kung upa. Okay? Upa kung upa. Let's go! National U!
22-11, the last stand for National University, and seniors Urdas, Valdez, and Santiago Rizasato already, as you can see, in tears, starting to feel the rush of emotions as La Salle is looking to end their season already. And they're 2 points away from that. Sato also very highly emotional last year when they did not make the Final Four. If anybody remembers the scenes from that year. 23-11, all right, we're 2 points away. I want you, Doc, to acknowledge National U. First of all, the question, what happened in the second round, in your opinion?
Well, they just came out strong in the first round, but they weren't able to adjust when the teams already adjusted towards them. You know, na-scout sila, and yung glaring fact that they have some struggles with their passing. That's just really what other teams capitalize on, especially the better serving teams at Ateneo, FEU, and La Salle.
Match point. How about the job of Coach Babes Castillo? How would you assess it?
Well, it's good to really boost the confidence and motivation of the players. But I think something that you can still work on is the technical aspect of it. Of really strategizing, of dedicating players where to defend, how to defend the position. So that's something they can look forward to in the next season.
And Coach Ramil De Jesus and the rest of the Lady Spikers will go to their 10th straight finals appearance. As you know, there will not be an Ateneo La Salle showdown this year. A 6-year streak is broken. FEU was the one that spoiled the party. They already booked their ticket yesterday. La Salle does their job today. They don't let the series extend. National U making the Final Four as the 4th seed. And we will see the end collegiate careers of Jaja Santiago, Gail Valdez, and Aiko Urdas. Your thoughts on Jaja especially? A lot of people were rooting for her this year.
Yeah, so as I said, it's yun lang, very disheartening that it's always gonna be the elephant in the room question for her, that you're the tallest, you're the most dominant player in the league, and you didn't even get a shot into the finals. So that's gonna be an unfinished business for her.
Yeah.
And something that she won't have the opportunity again to deal with. But of course, knowing Jaja Santiago, there's still a lot in store for her in her volleyball career. It doesn't end here in the UAAP.
And speaking of, it doesn't take away from how she also performed in the off-season tournament. She has been an MVP, she's been a champion, she's represented the country, she's gone international. She has a decorated volleyball career. It is unfortunate that she was never a champion or never even had a chance. Yes, it's true, but that's how sometimes things happen. But it doesn't take away from how great Jaja Santiago was in her college UAP career. La Salle wins this in 3 sets. We'll take a break and we'll be back to wrap this baby up. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, where De La Salle University, the #1 team in Season 80 of the Women's Volleyball Tournament, wins in straight sets, duplicating their second round achievement against the #4 team, National University, and that propels them to the finals for the 10th straight time. Boom Gonzalez together with Doc AJ Parea. I believe we have the winning coach with us, Coach Ramil de Jesus. First of all, Coach, congratulations for your for again the win. This is your 259th win in the UAAP. I don't know if you know. Pero ito, bago natin pag-usapan yung finals, Coach, yung simula ng Lasal today medyo mabagal. You were down by 5 at one point. Anong nangyari at paano na turn around ng Lady Spikers ito?
Well, yung start ng game, medyo tight yung mga players. So sabi ko, wag natin i-limit yung kaya natin gawin. So, kailangan lumabas tayo. Kung nakabox man yung sarili natin, kailangan lumabas natin sa box.
Well, Coach, congratulations on your win and your finals appearance. And we all know naman na buong season ang naging labanan talaga is service and receive. And that's why you and FEU are the top two teams right now who are battle it out sa finals. So moving forward sa game nyo against FEU, aside from service receive, ano yung magiging crucial factor kung sino yung makakakuha ng crown this year?
Well, sa nakikita ko kasi, yung FEU kasi, medyo mataas yung statistics sa blocking. So, kailangan na siguro namin sabayan yun. So, yun lang yung nakikita kong isang factor kung ano man yung magiging game sa Saturday.
Coach, maraming na-excite doon sa series na yan between FEU and Lasal, not only because of the players, pati yung history ng mga labanan ng mga dati mong team ng Lasal Lady Spikers against the mga dating FEU Lady Tamaros. Just quickly, parang out of entertainment, may mga ano mang naaalala mo from those showdowns in the finals against FEU?
Well, siguro, way back season 71.
Yes.
Yeah, season 71. Where yung FEU kasi alam naman natin na in terms of floor defense talagang ibang klase yung floor defense ng FEU. So ito yung team na hindi basta-basta ayaw kasi alam natin na mas uhaw sila ngayon ng season na to. So siguro makikita natin dito talagang kung sino yung mas may puso. Sige.
Coach, one last just a final word on Coach George Pascua na kaibigan mo, dati mong teammate, ngayon magkakaharap kayo kasi dati si Coach Ness naman yung mga nakalaban mo noon, ano? Ngayon si Coach George naman. Anong masasabi mo kay Coach George?
Well, si George kasi since no player pa, kilala ko na talaga yan eh. So, talagang matyagang tao to. So, at talagang very potential to. Kaya kailangan paghandaan.
Coach, congratulations and salamat sa iyong oras and we'll see you in the finals. Kung meron kang gustong pasalamatan or batiin, this will be a good chance for you.
Well, nagpapasalamat ako sa Lasalan community na lahat na dito sumusuporta and then sa lahat ng managers ng Lasal na nandito ngayon at and sa mga brothers na walang sawang sumusupport sa team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. Salamat sa oras and good luck sa finals. Coach Ramil de Jesus, another finals appearance in 2 decades here in the UAAP. And again, 259 wins in the UAAP. All right, let's give you our Gatorade White Lightning player of the game. And I believe we have Don Macandili, siyang napili natin as our player of the game. And she is with Eileen Shi. Go ahead, Eileen.
Hi Don, first of all, congratulations. Undefeated na nga kayo for 9 games. So, as Asia's finest, what has been the key to winning?
I think yung motivation lang and yung teammates just being there motivates me to do my best.
So yun nga Don, since nanalo kayo today, you're going straight to the finals. This will be the 10th consecutive finals appearance for Lasal and the 5th for you as well. So Don, how is this special?
Special siya syempre kasi last playing year ko na and I want to graduate with no regrets. So I'm gonna give it my all.
That's really nice to hear. Boom and AJ, do you have further questions?
Actually, we don't, Eileen. We just want to wish Don Macandili good health. Always, we wish the players and we wish you good luck. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on being player of the game. And stay healthy, and we can't wait to watch you in the finals. Don, you might want to say thank you to some people, Don, o batiin yung mga kapamilya mo na nandito. This is a good chance for you.
Thank you first of all sa family ko na lagi akong sinusuportahan, sa lahat ng fans na sumusuporta sa amin, sa mga Makandili, Lirio, Malabanan, Katindigs. Hello! And kay Kiana din, nagpapabati si Kiana.
Entering their last UAAP finals, senior lady spikers Majoy Baron, Kim D, and Don Makandili are extremely motivated to finish their college careers with a third straight title. Their 5-year stint with the team had its share of ups and downs. They hardly saw action in their rookie season when the Lady Spikers went on a 14-0 sweep of the elimination round, only to lose Ateneo in the finals. The following year, they experienced another painful loss to the Lady Eagles as they were swept in the championship series. Come their third year, things started to go their way as they finally got to be part of the team's regular rotation. As the team successfully recaptured the UAAP crown, T had her breakout season as she was named the best player in the finals. In 2017, Baron emerged to bag the season's Most Valuable Player award. Makandili, on the other hand, has won several Best Libero citations not only in the UAAP but in other commercial and international tournaments as well. They want nothing less than to graduate on top. For Coach Ramil De Jesus, this will be his 10th straight finals appearance and 18th in 20 seasons with the team. Just 2 wins away from his 11th title, he insists that nothing has changed in all the years that he has handled the team, and he credits his players for their determination to win.